Hello, YouTube. This is Elishi, and today I want to talk about the importance of having good company. So, in the book of Psalms, in the first chapter, it says, "Blessed is the man who walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of scornful, but his delight is in the law of the Lord." And I got to piggyback from my last episode. And I got to say, when I went out to dinner with that friend and she was just kind of running her mouth when these brothers are up there just trying to drop some knowledge, they in the trenches of the community and they kind of know what they're talking about and they see stuff and they're kind of talking about what they see and what they're trying to talk about, like some of the solutions to some of the problems they see in our community. And she just was yap and wouldn't shut the fuck up. I was just like, man, I'm gonna have to like find some a different person to go to events like this too, because here's the thing: I am a single woman in my 40s, recently divorced, and I'm not Quaker Oats. I'm not dead. I still have life in me. I would like to meet a man and engage in a committed relationship, possibly a marriage, at some point in my life. And I was just thinking, man, if I have this person around me when there are just some brothers, brilliant, smart, talented brothers sitting here just trying to drop knowledge, right? And she's just interrupting. I was like, yo, if these were some single dudes, because here's the thing, these guys, we sat next to like two couples, and these guys like were with their women, their wives, I don't know, girlfriends, I don't know exactly. I think the one couple was definitely married, but the other couple I'm not too sure of. And I'm sitting there looking, their wives are like, quiet, low key, playing their role, knowing their part. And when she started doing all that yapping, I was like, you know what? I'm not going to be able to engage in conversation with these men. I'm not going to be able to find out if they got brothers or cousins or friends that, they could hook me up with. I'm going to try to get some knowledge from their women. And that's what I did. I got some great knowledge from the woman. It was like, it was very soft spoken. But I thought to myself, how? Because this person has a boyfriend. And I thought to myself, man, the only kind of guy I'm going to attract with this chick around me is somebody who's broken dusty, because only a broken dusty dude's going to take all this yapping and stuff. And I thought to myself, like, okay, you know what? This chick did move her man into her space. This chick's man, has a job, but, not necessarily consistently. So I'm kind of starting to rethink, because I was kind of looking at her as an example of somebody I knew in a long-term committed relationship. So I'm thinking, maybe, I could get some cues from her as far as what do I have to do to get into this long-term committed relationship. But now I'm like looking at her kind of side and it's a little suspect, because I'm like, okay, some of the things that were said, I was kind of like, like some of the information I've been told about things going on. I'm like, yo, how is it that you're looking for like leadership from your man and you disagree with him, but then when I give you my gems, you agree with me? It should not be a situation where I'm more of a spiritual leader to you than your man is. Your man is supposed to be like the king and priest of your house, right? That's the way I look at it. So when, just by just being around these brilliant, smart brothers, dropping knowledge, they in the trenches of the community, working with young people, whatever, as teachers. And then she comes like, oh, I'm a youth leader in my church. Bullshit. Bullshit, right? Like, that group is not organized the way it's supposed to be. It really isn't. So, but that's another story, and that's probably not good for this channel. But I'll just sit here like, maybe I need to get around somebody else who has like a better understanding of relationship dynamics, because the type of man I'm going to try to hang out with her is not the type of man I want, nor the type of man I need in my life. I need somebody who's going to be a strong spiritual leader. And that was one of the things I had liked about the last person I was dating. I thought they could be a strong spiritual leader and like be the priest of my household. Like, if we would have gotten serious, I thought he could have been the priest of my household. But that's what I'm looking for. One of the things I'm looking for in a relationship. And you don't do that by challenging the men. You sit there, you take their knowledge in, you listen, you observe, and you kind of be quiet sometimes, and you wait until the proper time to speak. Sometimes you gotta hold your peace. And this chick wasn't holding back anything. I'm saying she wasn't holding back anything. I'm just kind of like looking to the side. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, is this how you talk to your man? And does your man take this shit from you? Because if you talk to your man like this and your man take this shit from you, your man is sorry. He ain't no real man. And I'm telling you, if this is how you continue to act with your man, I'm telling you, that man ain't gonna marry you, because no man wants to sign up long term to be in covenant with a woman that's gonna usurp their authority. Now, let's put this in perspective. 1 Corinthians chapter 14. The Apostle Paul writes this in verse 33. But God is not a God of disorder, but of peace, as in all the congregations of the Lord's people. Now, the rest of this can get very controversial, because people use this passage to say that women are not to be preachers, not to be pastors, or not to be ministry. I'm not here to talk about that. I'm talking about decency and order and, the circle of life. God, woman, man, child. So let's go down to verse 34. Women should remain silent in the churches. They're not allowed to speak, but must be in submission, as the law says. If they want to inquire about something, they should ask their own husbands at home, for it is disgraceful for a woman to speak in church. Or, did the word of God originate with you? Or are you the only people it has reached? If anyone thinks they are a prophet or otherwise gifted by the Spirit, let them acknowledge that what I am writing to you is the Lord's command. But if anyone ignores this, they will themselves be ignored. Therefore, my brothers and sisters, be eager to prophecy, and do not forbid speaking in tongues, but everything should be done in a fitting and orderly way. I don't put this, I'm not trying to debate women in ministry or anything like that. I'm not even really trying to debate should women speak in church. What I'm trying to say is that, and actually kind of goes back to the scripture. These men started talking, and she just interrupted these men while they're dropping their jewels and their knowledge and their experience. And these men were school teachers, so they work with children every day. And she had the nerve to say, well, I'm a youth leader in my church, and this is what I think should be done in the community. And when I said earlier, bullshit about being a youth leader, that woman is not in the trenches with kids on a day-to-day basis like a school teacher is, right? So decency and order would have been to let the man, it was actually two brothers, let the man finish saying what he was saying, and then come in at your turn and make your point. But she had cut these men off and she had went into this whole soliloquy about what she thought was right to uplift the young people in the community, and she hadn't organized in this youth group nothing with these young people, not without my help, not without another person that works with us who actually is a school teacher. So her saying she's a youth leader, like, give me a fucking break, come on. Even if you were properly organizing as a youth leader church, that doesn't usurp the authority of two school teachers who work in the city with at-risk youth every single day. Like, so my thing is that, yo, if this is how you talk to your man at home, where he starts saying something and you just cut him off and you say your piece and your part, you know what? Now it makes sense. You moved your man in with you. He didn't have like I don't want to say he didn't have his own housing, but he did not have the type of housing she had. You moved your man in with you. When I see you with your man, it's kind of you hold on to your man, like holding on to him for dear life. You know what? Now it makes sense. I don't know why. Now I got a bigger picture. I don't know why I was thinking that this might have like been somebody who could kind of drop some knowledge on me on how to get in a long-term relationship, because that ain't the type of long-term relationship I want. And now I think about it, any man worth being in a long-term relationship he's gonna be one. He's like, come on, let's get married. Like, what's the hold up? Why can't we get married? He's gonna be one doing that, not the woman. If the woman is trying to say, how come we can't get into a serious relationship? How come we can't get married? Then sorry, men don't want you. And that's what I realized about this the person I was previously dating. It was kind of like I was the one who was kind of like wanted to be in a serious relationship, not him. So I kind of took it as, you know what? It's time to take the loss. It's been 6 months. You know what? If he hasn't made up his mind about you, that he wants to be with you, then you know what? You're wasting your time. You're not the woman he's looking for. And, it doesn't matter how great of a person he is. It doesn't matter how many boxes he's checking off for me. It's not gonna work. And I realized that I was not necessarily in the right company to accomplish my relationship goals, because I was looking to someone who I didn't really understand that the type of relationship they were in was just did not align with the type of relationship that I was looking to get into. I was looking to get into a long-term committed relationship. And, I'm not necessarily looking for marriage, but now I'm starting to realize if the type of man that I'm looking for, he's going to be the one pushing for it. He's going to be the one pushing for the relationship, not me. When men know what they want, they're the one who ends up pushing for it. They don't want to get on the knee and propose. And, the type of relationship where, strong spiritual leader, who he and I have the same foundation and we're on the same page. That man, once he finds me and decides that he wants to be with me, he gonna be one pushing for the marriage, not me. And that's fine. And he gonna be the one pushing for commitment, not me. And I mean, that was one of the biggest reasons. That was the number one reason I let the last date relationship go, because I found so that I was the one pushing for commitment, and I felt that was out of order. Like, let's go back to Corinthians. Let's go back. 1 Corinthians chapter 14. For God is not a God of disorder, but of peace, as in all the congregations of the Lord's people. That's verse 33. Verse 40 says, but everything should be done in a fitting and orderly way. It is out of order for me as a woman to be pushing for commitment. So I said, you know what? I'm going to stop being out of order, because if I'm the one who pushes for the commitment, and this man commits based off of me push for commitment, I can't be his piece. And because he's in something that he doesn't want to be in. and that, he's looking to, he's still looking for the person he really wants to be in. So it was kind of like, let's stop wasting each other's time. You know, let's let this go. Let's move on. And the thing is, I want to be somebody's piece. And I saw something in this friend. I was like, if this is how you're talking to men you don't even know that we just met, how are you talking to your man that you live with and sleep with, every day, every week? Is Are you like and like now I think about it, it's like y'all spend a lot of time away from each other. Like I remember the guy I was talking to, he was saying that in his previous relationship, him and his woman were together all the time. And I've seen, like friends or like big brothers, them with their wives, their woman is with them all the time because their woman is their peace. And I'm like, I was just thinking, I was like, you have so much free time to hang out with me that maybe this man is not really into you like you think he is, or like you want us to believe. Because if he is, it's like, you and him will always, it'll be hard for me to get you away from him to hang out and do stuff with me. It will be really hard. And I mean, that's kind of what happened in my marriage. We were, I had to let it go because he and I were not the type of couple who were constantly together doing stuff. I felt like he didn't really even want to be with me like that, and it was kind of like he was always finding reasons to get away. So, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not this man's piece. This is not it. And so, if it's like, it's a situation where the man and you and the man doesn't always want you around, that man is not serious about you. You're a placeholder. You're his company until he can find the woman he really wants. Because again, men don't abstain. They're gonna secure uh regular sex. And they'll have that regular sex with you, but not necessarily spend any other time with you. So I'm just really starting to learn as a woman in my 40s that, you gotta keep the proper people around. And I actually even thought about, I had another group of friends that were also at this event, but we weren't like on opposite sides. And I thought to myself, man, if we would have sat with them, they would have gave me the side eye and would not have invited me back for bringing this chick around, because they know how to be a man's piece and they know how to shut the fuck up. So that's all I have to say for now. You let me know what you think in the comments.